the mechanism for international criminal tribunals is continuing the work started 2 decades ago by the International Criminal Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia and the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda. That means that the first priority for my office, the Office of the Prosecutor, is finalizing the trials and appeals that were begun by the ICTY, but will now be completed by the MICT. In the Stanisic and Somatovic case, my office is prosecuting 2 former officials of the Serbian Security Service. We are also litigating appeals in the Karadzic and Šešelj cases. It is anticipated that appeal proceedings in the Mladic case will commence in late 2017. These trials and appeals are among the most important that we have prosecuted. Karadzic and Mladic are seen as bearing the most responsibility for the widespread atrocities committed in Bosnia and Herzegovina. They evaded justice for more than a decade. Today, both are on trial in The Hague. This brings me to my office's second priority, tracking and arresting fugitives. The ICTY secured the arrest of all its fugitives, but 8 suspects indicted by the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda still remain at large. Arresting them is now my office's responsibility. Arresting fugitives is essential for the credibility of international justice. It is difficult to speak of the rule of law if those suspected of horrible crimes are able to evade or ignore international arrest warrants. But even more, the victims of the crimes need to see fugitives brought to justice. As long as suspected genocidaires remain at large, it will be very difficult for Rwandan victims and survivors to move forward. Finally, my office is determined to support war crimes prosecutions in the national courts of Rwanda and the former Yugoslavia. In the former Yugoslavia, thousands of cases remain to be prosecuted, while our Rwandan colleagues are seeking to bring to justice more than 500 fugitives. Further accountability now depends on these efforts. My office will continue to provide national judiciaries with access to the immense amount of evidence we have gathered over the past 2 decades. There's also still a need to strengthen the capacities of national courts. Therefore, within existing resources, my office will continue to place its expertise at the service of national judicial authorities prosecuting war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide. For more than 2 decades, prosecutors at the ICTY and ICTR worked to achieve some measure of justice for the crimes committed during the conflict in the former Yugoslavia and the Rwandan genocide. My office is committed to completing those efforts and safeguarding their legacy.